Hey everyone, I'm Megan Devine here with Odds Checker, and this is the first in a series of videos where we'll be talking about North American horse racing and the Breeders' Cup Challenge, the Win and You're In races. So be sure to like, follow, and subscribe at Odds Checker US to stay on top of all of the action. Now the first thing we're going to cover is a big day of racing at Churchill Downs, and there are Breeders' Cup, Kentucky Oaks, and Kentucky Derby points on the line here for 2-year-old horses. The first is going to be race number 9, and that is the Grade 2 Pocahontas, headlined by a horse, the number 3 Portrait, who I really like in here. She's trained by Brad Cox, who wins at 27% on the year, and although she's stretching out and also stepping up in company for the first time, she won her maiden special weight race by 12 very impressive lengths at a glorified canter. So she's going to go on top for me, followed by the 6 Morning Gold, who drew away from the field on the turf course at Saratoga, one of the tougher meets that we have here in North America, but she did it on the turf course. So she does still have to prove herself moving from turf over to the dirt, and last time she switched leads 5 times in that home stretch. Now she is trained by Kenny McPeak, who has won 2 of the last 4 editions of this race, and she is the only horse in the field that's actually gone this mile in a 16th distance. I'd also suggest the 7 British Idiom, who's also trained by Brad Cox, and while she's only had 1 start so far, she was quick into action at Saratoga, and she does add Lasix today for a trainer that wins at 24%, moving horses from sprint to route. Now the other race is going to be the Grade 3 Iroquois, and that is for open 2-year-old horses going a mile and a 16th on the dirt. The 3 Scabbard won his first start by 5 lengths, and then he ran valiantly to finish second in the Grade 2 Saratoga Special. So he's got the class of the field, and I think he's got the ability to rate off of what could be a pretty hot pace with a lot of horses that are stretching out. They've been sprinting recently, and they might want to be up close to that pace or on it very early on. Now there's another horse in here, the 1 Mid, who's likely to be a bigger price for you, and he's also exiting that Grade 2 Saratoga Special. He won his first race at Saratoga against Maiden Special Weight Company, and that was despite bobbling at the start, but he's a horse that I really think is going to relish the extra distance here today. Now Dennis's Moment is likely to be the favorite in this field, and this is a horse that's been training incredibly fast for Dale Romans, who's won 2 of 6 of the last runnings of this race, and he didn't have the best start to his career. He actually clipped heels and lost the rider on debut, but he came back to redeem himself when he won by 20 lengths at Ellis Park, although it may not have been the top quality field that some of the other horses have been facing. So I think he's going to be the favorite, but he could be a vulnerable favorite for you, and you may be able to catch a price in that Iroquois. Now be sure to follow along at oddschecker.com for daily racing picks, expert insights, and all of the best sports odds.